In our previous videos, we worked at putting our headers in place. So now let's get our footer together. The first thing I need to do is go back to my index.html file, and as you can see in the footer here, I've added the class of container fluid, because we want it to be a full-width flexible container. Again, we're going to roughly follow the rule of thirds and break this into 3 areas. We'll have an About Me section, a Download My CV section, and also a social section with icons that we can click on for Twitter or Facebook, etc. So let's create the divs. First things first, we need a bootstrap row, and then I'm going to use Emmet to create 3 col sm4 divs. We do this by putting *3 after we've created our class name. We don't need to supply a column class for mobile screens because if we haven't supplied one, Bootstrap automatically defaults to a full width layout, which is what we want. So let's start adding some subheadings. We're going to use a H5 because it's not too big, it's a nice size, and we'll give the heading of About. And this will be an extra About section in the footer to remind people of what Rosie, or any developer who uses this, does. The second section will be an additional option to download the CV from the foot of the page. And the third one will be for social links. So let's save that, and then we can refresh our page and see what we get. And as we can see, our elements are there spread into 3 columns. So let's go back and start adding some additional styles now. We want all of the headings in our project to be uppercase, so we're going to write our own custom class for that called uppercase. So let's add that to our header. Class equals uppercase. And we're also going to create what we'll call a general sub, for a general subheading that we can reuse throughout our project. So now that we've added those 2 classes, let's copy the class attribute and paste that into our other 2 headings. And we're ready to start styling. So at this point, we're going to create another category or location for a kind of catch-all set of style rules that can apply to different areas. They can apply to the header, the footer, our sections, and so on. So I'm just pasting a comment in again to create an area for these. I'm going to call it Special Paddings, Margins, and Text. And the first thing I want to do is to set the margins for our headers to 0, so we don't get any nasty surprises later on. So my H1, H2, H3, and H4, I'm just going to set all of the margins to 0. Then Command-Shift-B on a Mac or Control-Shift-B on a PC just to tidy that up a bit. And now we can create our uppercase class. It's very straightforward. It's simply a case of setting our text transform property to uppercase. And we're going to reuse this uppercase class quite a bit throughout our project. Now we can create our general subclass. So again, what we're going to do is use the EXO font that we imported earlier as part of our font family. And as usual, if for some reason it fails, which it shouldn't really because it's an imported Google font, then we can default back to sans serif. As we said, if it fails, then that's probably an indication of the end of the world if we can't reach Google Fonts. We'll set the font weight to 300, and the text color that we're going to use will be #FA, which is a slightly off-white color that we're going to use in the majority of areas throughout our project. Now, when I refresh, because we've set our text color to be that particular color, we won't see it. It looks like our headers have vanished, but they are actually still there. It's just the fact that the background is also white. So let's remedy that now. We can now scroll down and create a footer category of styles. So I'm just going to grab the heading comment here, paste it in under my hover CSS, and change it to footer. So we're going to use our footer element and style that. And the first thing we'll do is set the background color. We're going to set that to a nice dark gray, so that will be #525252. And then we'll set the general text color. Again, we're going to use our nice off-white that's going to be used throughout the project. We're also going to give this the min height of 120 pixels. So it can grow beyond 120 pixels if for some reason our About Us text, for instance, extends or pushes beyond that. But if not, it defaults to 120 pixels, which provides a kind of nice visual symmetry and visual balance between the footer and the menu items above. Again, what we're looking for is just creating a visual balance. Okay, it looks good. Our colors are nice, the height is good, and it's styled well. So in our next video, we'll add some footer content.